Hey everybody, welcome to the Coyote Country Lodge. I'm David Herring, host of the TV show Coyote Country, and on this episode, we're going to talk about the type of gear that is useful and you should have with you when you're out hunting coyotes. We actually did a tip of all of this not that long ago that aired on our show. It had a lot of great information, some examples. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play that clip for you guys real quick. And then at the end of it, I will expand on what I think some of this stuff is really, where it really comes in useful and why we use some of the stuff we do. So here's the clip. This is your Coyote Country Pro Tip of the Week. This week, I want to talk to you guys about the type of gear that you should have out with you when you're out hunting coyotes. Now, not all of this gear is going to be absolutely critical, but it definitely helps. The more you can have with you, make yourself comfortable, you know, be more stable, relax a little bit better. It all helps to call in coyotes. So the first thing that you're going to want is you're going to want a range finder. When you get out there, you're going to want to be able to mark out your, like a tree, a bush, some rocks, any kind of landmarks that you can range find and establish what I call a kill zone. And that's basically for us a 200-yard arc that I know if a coyote comes within that area, that I'm not going to have any problem hitting the coyote. Another thing that we always take out with this, we always have a chair. And what the chair does is it basically keeps me out of the dirt, the rocks, sticks, snow, that kind of thing. I don't mind the dirt so much, but I really don't like sitting on rocks and sticks, especially for a long period of time. And the chair definitely makes it much more comfortable when you're out there for 20 minutes, half hour, 40 minutes, or however long you're going to be sitting out there. The chair definitely makes it more comfortable. Another thing you're going to want is a pair of binoculars. You don't have to have them, but if nothing's coming in that you can visually see, sometimes binoculars will scan the hillsides and much further out, say 5, 6, 7, 800 yards. And I may spot a coyote way out there that's just kind of slowly working his way in. If I can see him out there, I know to settle back down, don't get up from my stand and end it prematurely, and let this coyote try to work his way in. Another thing you guys are definitely going to need, you're going to need a call of some kind, either a hand call or an electronic call. You got to have some way of calling a coyote in. So either one, they work great. Electronic call, I've talked about it before. Yeah, it pushes your sound and any distractions, they're going to be focused further away from you. So if you do make movements, they may be focusing on that. Hand call definitely has its place as well, because you can change and manipulate the emotion and create kind of a different environment that's not just a repetitive sound. Either one works great. You guys are going to need a wind checker. When you get out there, you're going to want to set up your wind to where it's either coming at you as a headwind or a crosswind. If the wind's not blowing real heavy, sometimes the only way you can tell which way that wind's going is with a wind checker. And trust me, coyotes' sense of smell is amazing. Even if you don't think there's a breeze, they can still smell it, they can still sense it, and they're going to want to work downwind. You guys are going to want a set of sticks. Bipod, tripod, I've tried tripods, I can't stand them just because I get hung up on stuff and I can't pivot around. A lot of times when I have my rifle on a bipod, I can pick it up slowly and move it around if I need to swing to a different direction. The tripods get stuck on stuff and I've just never liked them. But a good bipod I think is a must. That way if a coyote's way out there at 200, 300 yards, a long shot, this gives you a chance to make sure that you're more stable, that way you're taking ethical shots. So you want to have your rifle stable on a bipod against your shoulder, that way you're locked up. Bipod I think is an absolute critical must if you're out here hunting coyotes. Another thing is you're going to want a good rifle with really good optics on it, and you're going to want good ammo. And you're going to want to use the same ammo that you use every time out, that way you know exactly how that ammo is going to perform. Because some ammo, it shoots a little hotter, a little faster, it's going to fly a little flatter for a little longer. And if you're switching up your ammo all the time, your bullet's going to drop at different rates. I use the same ammo that I've sighted my rifle in, and that's the only ammo I've ever used. And that's your Coyote Country Pro Tip of the Week. All right, guys, so when you're out hunting coyotes, having all this gear, you know, and I'm going to give you full disclosure, I'm a gearhead. I love toys, gadgets, gear, and that kind of stuff. But through the years of us doing this, I've discovered that the more things that I can put in my arsenal as far as gear, the easier it makes it, the more comfortable I am, the more prepared I am. We've actually even gone as far as to add to our electronic collar. I have a remote for my remote now, and it hangs off of my harness. And it's got 2 buttons on it, and what it's great for is the first button I have programmed to actually mute the call. The reason that I have it muting the call is if a coyote's charging in. We've had in the past that the noise is too loud, very unnatural for the setting when it gets close enough to know that it should be a lot quieter at that point. So when I see a coyote come running in, I'll actually mute the call real quick and have it go stone cold quiet. It'll still see the motion on the decoy that's on the call and keep coming in, and they will get right up to the call at that point. The other button is if it hangs up, it starts to come in and hangs up. I have a very quiet jackrabbit distress that I can hit. And I don't need to make a bunch of movement, find my remote or anything. It's just literally hanging right on my harness. And I could start that up and then hopefully keep them coming in by having a sound that's much more natural to the volume level of what it should be at that point. But like I said, you know, having the gear with you makes it better to where you can, you know, find the coyotes out there. You've got everything you need when they do come in that you can maximize your success. So guys, if you like what you see on these videos, definitely make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Coyote Country TV. That's the handle for all three of them. Or if you want information about our TV show or you want to watch past episodes of our show, you can do that straight from our website at coyotecountry.tv. So guys, remember, it's always better being out in the field than it is sitting home on the couch.